Hello, my name is Natalie Freeman and I'm the UEA Award Officer in UEA Career Central. I want to talk to you in this session about the Discover programme and the UEA Award. So many of you may have heard of the UEA Award before. This has been established since 2015 and many of our students have been through the award. But the Discover programme is brand new for the 21-22 academic year. So I really want to make it clear what they both are, what the differences between them are, and what the benefits of them are, but also how the two are linked. So first of all, the reason why we have created the Discover programme is in response to talking to lots of students about why they've joined the UEA Award, and also to many students who have been put off of the UEA Award. There have been lots of myths that I've had to dispel around the UEA Award being quite an elitist award, being unachievable, being too much of a challenge. Actually, none of these things are true, and the students who have been through the award have realised that actually the award is about acknowledging everything that you're already doing, learning to link that to the skills that employers are looking for, and then just learning how to build that confidence to showcase everything that you've done. However, with the best will in the world, I won't get round to speaking to all students who have been put off of the award about this. So we identified a gap there for students who need a kind of a softer introduction to self-reflection, to introduce the reality that actually students are already doing an awful lot of activities, both within their academic lives and outside of that, and giving students an opportunity to kind of reflect on that at a basic level, using an automated program that doesn't rely on a university team giving feedback, no deadlines, absolutely free rein to work through the program at your own pace. And then hopefully with a view, obviously, to build your confidence enough to think, okay, perhaps the UEA Award is for me, because the UEA Award, as you will learn in a moment, has got lots of added value to that. So looking at this then, these are the kind of activities that both the Discover programme and UEA Award will encourage you to reflect on. So obviously everybody at UEA will have lots of academic activities that you will be completing on a regular basis. And by academic activities, we talk about anything that has a module code attached to it, and actually some academic activities that might not have a module code. So essays, projects, presentations, lab work, absolutely any kind of group work, anything that you do as part of your studies. Sometimes students have come to us when they're on the award and said to me, you know, we completed an activity that wasn't part of our course, but it was linked to it. It wasn't compulsory, but we were able to sign up for it. Would that count? And absolutely. So academic work is quite an obvious type of activity that everybody at UEA will confidently be able to say, yes, you know, I do that, and then learn how to link it to the skills you're developing. In terms of work-related activity, many of you will have undertaken some kind of paid work or work experience, perhaps some volunteering. Throughout your time at UEA, you may take up the opportunity of an internship or some kind of work placement. So, you know, thinking back to the last couple of years and what you're going to be doing in the near future, any kind of work will enable you to develop the attributes or skills that both employers and just anybody, your peers, academics, etc., will really value, and it will help you in other avenues of your life as well. So sometimes people come to me on the award and they've completely discounted a part-time job they had a couple of years ago, that paper round, part-time job in McDonald's, you know, kind of early morning cleaning work, things that they've done to get just a bit of extra money, but they haven't actually thought about the attributes that they've had to work on or that they've developed through doing that. And when I speak to employers who are graduate employers and are, you know, looking to recruit people who have got their degree and are qualified, they still really value hearing from students about those kind of early work opportunities that they took up, because it tells employers that, you know, you've been dedicated and you've wanted to develop those skills as well. And then outside of academic work and paid work or volunteering, there are all of those other activities that, again, you might do just because you enjoy them, and you haven't really thought about acknowledging the skills or attributes that you're developing through doing those. And again, when I speak to graduate employers, they always say to me, this is what we want to hear about, because when we're employing people, we want to get to know them as individuals and also in other avenues of your life as well. So we're not just talking about future employment here. We're talking about, talking to your peers, working in groups of other students who you may not know very well, getting to know people, being able to acknowledge and talk about all of these other things that you do as part of your life is a really valuable skill in any kind of networking. So this is what the Discover programme and the UEA Award are for. First of all, both of these programs help you to realise quite how much you already do. So 9 times out of 10, when I speak to students about the award, but also from this year, it will be about the Discover programme, students will say to me, well, I've done some bits and bobs and I've got a few hobbies and things, but they're really not worth talking about and I don't really do much. So I don't think I can do the award because I haven't really got a lot to talk about. And 10 times out of 10, I can honestly say this, once I get talking to students about it and I said, well, what do you do? Well, actually, that's a really valuable thing to talk about because you've had to get yourself up early, you've had to manage your time, you've had to get to know new people, all of these things that people have juggled and prioritized and all of these skills that they need out there. They haven't realised that these activities have actually been key in helping them to develop those. I have never spoken to a student who has thought, oh, I don't think I've got much to talk about, who hasn't gone away and thought, actually, I have. That's really interesting to look at it in that, put it into perspective and to talk about it in that way. So secondly, once we help students to acknowledge what they're already doing and how much they've done in recent times, the next step is to then understand the attributes. We call them attributes. You might want to call them skills or capabilities that you've actually developed through taking part in those activities. And the attributes that we work with on both the Discover programme and the UEA Award are attributes that graduate employers have told us they're looking for. But also the academics who we work with, also talk about these attributes as being incredibly valuable in the academic side of work as well. So understanding that you have developed those attributes through the activities that you do day to day, and then finally being able to showcase them and to talk about them in lots of different situations. So it might be talking to an advisor about what you've done, it might be talking to your peers, it might be in any kind of interview situation. So not just thinking about your future career, but any kind of part-time work or volunteering work or working with a student society, student union society. There'll be lots of opportunities for you to have to showcase what you've done. And quite often students say to us, I feel awkward when I have to do that. It feels like I'm boasting or showing off. And with both Discover and the UEA Award, we give you the tools that you need in a really simple structure to explain what you've done, showcase the skills you developed without feeling like you're boasting. So I'm going to start with the Discover programme. So as I said, the Discover programme has been created in response to many students saying to us they don't feel quite ready to approach the UEA Award yet and to register for the award. It gives students an opportunity to kind of privately and in their own time explore what they've done. With the Discover programme, it is an automated programme. This is the landing page that you'll find. You can watch a short video within the introduction there. You can see the link that says watch the short introduction video here, and that explains exactly what you need to do. There are 3 levels, if you like: pass, merit, distinction, and that is just based on how much of the Discover programme you want to go through, how much time you have, how much time you want to dedicate to it. For every time you complete an activity, they're all online activities. Some of them might be a video to watch and just to kind of write a short reflection on how you feel you can use the skills you've learnt in that video in your everyday life, etc. And it's worth just having a click through. So every time you complete an activity, you get a certain number of points. And if you get 28 points in total, you get a pass and you automatically get an e-certificate sent to you. If you get 42 points for activities, then you get a merit certificate. And then if you complete the whole programme, then you will get a distinction certificate. So just recognition for the effort that you're putting in and the amount of reflection that you're doing. So the video that you will watch will give you all of the information on how it works, but it's dead simple. We are split into 4 attributes. So one of them, for example, is communication. And within communication, when you click on that, you will see some activities. So the first activity under communication, for example, is about public speaking and presentation skills. So it's a video that's only about 5 minutes long. People talking about their experiences with public speaking and presentation skills, giving tips, talking about barriers that they've had to overcome. There's a transcript as well, so all of the activities are accessible, and then there's a box for you to type in just some notes. And then when you've completed all of the activities that you want to do under that attribute, there's then a section for you to write a short reflection, and we give you an easy structure to follow. So by the end of your time working through the Discover programme, we really hope that it's given you some confidence to think, oh, okay, you know, all of these attributes I've looked at, and I've looked at the tips in the videos and the different activities. I really feel now that actually I have done a fair bit and I am going to do a fair bit. Why not now join the award? Because that will give me some added value and help me to reflect further. So with the UEA Award, you will find a lot more information about the award if you go onto My Career Central, the resources section, Get Inspired, and then UEA Award. So if you want to look at more detail about how the award works, you can have a look there. And I'm just going to talk briefly about it today. So as I explained, Discover looks at 4 of the attributes and gives you that chance to start the reflective process. If you then choose to join the UEA Award, there are bronze, silver and gold stages of the award, and there is more information online about how they work. But these are the attributes that we look at with the UEA Award. And again, graduate employers told us this is what they're looking for, but also we're not just looking at employability and careers skills. We're looking at these kind of skills and attributes being useful to you in every element of your everyday life. So I'm not going to go through all of them, but things like career management, commercial awareness, so doing research in the particular sectors and areas that your course might lead to and that you're interested in. Communication skills, so I've already talked about presentation skills and public speaking. Just things like working in a group of people and being able to negotiate, be assertive when you need to. Using social media for different purposes effectively. Lots of different areas of communication that we can look at there that you've probably already started working on within your everyday activities, but you just don't necessarily realise. Digital literacy and IT. We know that more and more now we need to be developing our digital literacy and IT skills. I know that I'm certainly having to do that, ongoing, even though I'm in my chosen career. So looking at what you're already very good at, finding perhaps some online courses on areas of digital literacy and IT that you're not so good at, and just really working on that and being aware of what's needed. So I won't go through many more of these. If you do decide that the UEA Award is for you later on, then there are introductory workshops that I run and Tom on the award team run as well, and we can go into this in more detail. But basically, the Discover programme, as I say, is a really nice basic introduction to all of this. You can work through it in your own time. It's fully automated. You don't have to complete the Discover programme if you feel already that actually, I'd really like to go for the UEA Award straight away. I feel that I've got quite a lot of activities that I can talk about. I really want to go ahead with that. So the Discover programme is not a prerequisite to the UEA Award. But if you feel actually I want to kind of explore this self-reflection first and just have a little think before I join the award, then it's absolutely for you. So before I go through the differences in the benefits of the Discover programme and the UEA Award, I just want to make it clear that both Discover and the UEA Award are for all students. So whether you're foundation year, first year, second year, final year, if you're undergrad, postgrad taught, postgrad research, disabled students, we're absolutely open to making any reasonable adjustments that you might need us to make, depending on any needs that you might have. Mature students, we really do welcome on the award and going through the Discover programme. So absolutely anybody registered at UEA is eligible to take part in either Discover programme or the award. Hopefully this visual will help you to understand the differences and the benefits between the two. So with the Discover programme, we do link that obviously to skills or attributes, but we only look at 4 at the moment on that. It gives you an opportunity to learn the art of self-reflection, and we talk about the fact that, you know, self-reflection, it sounds like a bit of a waste of time sometimes and a bit of a luxury when we're all busy, but actually it really is vital. And in many of your courses, you will find that self-reflection and reflecting on your practice and reflecting on what you're doing is a core part of your studies anyway. But absolutely everybody can benefit from this. And by taking the time to reflect on what you're doing, the skills and attributes you're developing, it actually gives you, you know, a huge shortcut when it comes to applying for jobs, persuading people, you know, about what you're doing. It means that you haven't got to do all that background work from scratch. So it gives you that kind of basics of self-reflection on the Discover programme, and you do get certificates at the end of each stage of it as well when you've achieved certain numbers of points. What you don't get on the Discover programme that you do on the UEA Award is with the UEA Award you are constantly signposted to other opportunities both within UEA and outside as well, in terms of internships, placements, networking events, employer-led events. You will get opportunities signposted if we have openings to be a UEA Award Ambassador as well. So lots of different opportunities are signposted, and we've got a Facebook group that we use to flag those to you, and we do send out bulletins every month as well. As well as certificates on the UEA Award, you're given digital badges at the end of each stage that you can use on your LinkedIn page. They are very effective in terms of sharing you know, what you've achieved on the UEA Award, talking about the reflective process. And we do actually get a lot of our employers who we work with on LinkedIn kind of saying how impressed they are at that kind of dedication and seeing and hearing about the process you've been through. You get feedback from employers on the UEA Award, so at silver and gold levels. At the end of the silver award, we ask you to make a 3-minute video CV, which is really easy, a lot easier than it sounds, and we do guide you through that. And then we send them to employers. They're all graduate employers who work with early careers graduates, so they completely understand that, you know, you're at the very beginning of this process. They are without fail really impressed at the fact that you've even joined the award, let alone got to the stage where you're making that video, and they give lovely feedback. So you get feedback at silver stage, and also at the end of the gold award we do what's called a gold award panel, where you get to present for 5 minutes to a panel including 1 or 2 employers, me, and usually a careers advisor or an academic who has a remit for employability and careers. And again, it's just a lovely informal chat about your award process. The employers give you some nice feedback about what you might want to do next. You can ask the employers questions, etc. So you get all of that added value. We give you feedback on your reflections on the UEA Award. We have a dedicated award team talking to you about how perhaps to tweak how you're structuring those, or we might just kind of ping it back saying that's a really great reflection, you know, do you mind if we use it anonymously in our examples? And by the end of the award we find students saying, you know, I really feel so confident now with talking about what I do, how I've developed my skills, and really showcasing my achievements. And we also run quite a lot of Focus Skills workshops as well on the UEA Award. So you will have access to workshops about, you know, kind of an introduction to reflection, how to create your Silver Award video, how to present at the Gold panel. Lots of different things that we help you with there. So Discover is a beginning for those who feel that they want to just explore that by themselves first and start reflecting on what they've done, what they're doing, and how that links to attributes they've developed. You don't have to have completed Discover before joining the UEA Award, but some people just might feel more confident doing that. And then the UEA Award really kind of, you know, is that next step where you get lots of feedback, lots of added value, and by the end of it, our students, again, without fail, say how confident they are now, how they've gone out of their comfort zone, they've built their confidence from sometimes next to nothing up to really their shoulders back, going out there, presenting at conferences. You know, we've had people who have said they kind of look at the floor. They were so shy when they started, and now they're out there looking for conferences to present at and networking events and things like that. So If you are interested in either the Discover programme or the UEA Award, the first step is to log on to My Career Central. Okay, so My Career Central is the first step, and there will be a link to the Discover programme on there. And if you want to find the UEA Awards section, as I said before, you need to go to My Career Central, Resources, Get Inspired, and then UEA Awards, and all of the information you could possibly need is there. If you want to get in touch with us, then the best email address to use is award@uea.ac.uk, and we can answer any of your questions really quickly. There you go. Okay, well, thank you very much for listening to this video. Please do get in touch with us at award@uea.ac.uk if you have any questions. You will be receiving lots of information about the Discover programme and the UEA Award through many other channels between now and the end of this year. So we will be kind of sending information out to your advisors, to other members of staff within your schools and faculties. There will be links from other areas, Blackboard, etc. And you can always come into Career Central at in the library to ask for information on that as well. So please do keep your eyes peeled for further information. Thank you very much.